two. 1, 2, 3. Grace and peace to you. Here we go. Poor old granddad, I laughed at all he said. I thought he was a bitter man, spoke of women's ways. They'll trap you and they'll use you before you even know. Love is blind and you're far too kind, don't ever let it show. I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was stronger, the can such a pretty show to steal your heart away. But backstage, back on earth again, them dressing rooms are great. They come on strong and it ain't too long before they make you feel a man. But love is blind and you soon will find you're just a boy again. Ooh la la, ooh la la, yeah, yeah. Ooh la la, ooh la la, yeah, yeah. Poor young grandson, there's nothing I can say. You have to learn just like me, and that's the hardest way. I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was stronger. That song's called Ooh La La, and it was first recorded in 1973. But it reminds me of wisdom that is far, far older. Specifically, the words of an ancient man named Job. Job claimed that just as taste comes to the tongue, so wisdom comes with age. Now, be careful here. That can be misinterpreted. I don't think wisdom is as natural as one of the senses. But I do think that we can learn from the lessons of our lives, not only from the ways of the world, but from our own experiences. And so wisdom can come by reflecting back on what has happened to us. And the truth is that some of those lessons can be painful. Life can leave its mark. This reminds me of something the pastor Nadia Boltz-Weber once said, that a scar was once a wound, but now can be a story. We can tell stories about our scars, and there is wisdom. Wisdom not only to be learned, but to be passed on. If only we are willing to be in conversation with one another. And this brings me back to that song, Ooh La La. It's not really a conversation, but rather an older man and a younger man talking at one another. The granddad considers his grandson to be foolish, while the grandson considers the older man to be bitter. It's a wistful song. I wish that they'd had a conversation. I wish that they'd formed a mentor relationship. That English word mentor comes from the Greek word in the New Testament that means to abide with or to remain with. A mentor is someone who sticks with you through thick and thin, perhaps sharing some of the wisdom that they have learned over the years. But mentoring is a two-way street. Good mentors will tell you that they also learn from the fresh perspective of those younger than them. And so this is a holy conversation, an important dialogue that leads to wisdom. I think these kinds of intergenerational relationships are one of the true gifts of a church or community of faith. Here at Chapel in the Pines, we have a stewardship theme of called to connect. And we want to foster these connections between the old and the young, between the young and the young at heart, between the wise and the hopeful. It is my hope and my wish that wherever you find yourself on that spectrum of experience, you reach out and make connections, engage in mentor relationships. That if you have scars, you can tell stories about them. And that you're always ready to listen to the wisdom that can be gleaned from others. May it be so.